What if I told you that a healthy snack you eat every single night could be the real reason you're waking up 2, 3, even 4 times to use the bathroom? What if that one food is the silent culprit that's completely destroying your deep, restorative sleep? Most people blame it on getting older or a weakening bladder. But the truth is, the problem often isn't your body failing you. It's that certain common foods are silently sending the wrong signals to your system, right when you need it to be calm and quiet. Today, we're going to count down the 5 surprising foods that trigger this nightly disruption. And make sure you stay until the end for food number 1. It's something most doctors actually recommend for heart health, yet it could be the main reason for your broken sleep. Hello, I'm Dr. James Whitmore. At 68 years old, I personally understand the deep frustration of a night that's constantly interrupted. It doesn't just steal your energy the next day, it affects your mood, and as we get older, it can even impact your memory. And this isn't just my personal experience. Recent studies in the Journal of Urology are now showing a powerful link between our evening diet and nocturia, the medical term for waking up to pee, especially in people over 60. Before we dive in, let me ask you a quick question. How many times did you wake up to use the bathroom last night? Just comment the number below, 1, 2, 3 or more. I want you to know you're not alone in this. By the end of this video, you will have a clear list of what to avoid after dinner to finally get an uninterrupted night's sleep. If that's what you've been looking for, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel. Now, let's get started with food number 5. Number 5, the harmless veggies that can fill your bladder at night. You probably snack on things like celery sticks or cucumber slices in the evening, thinking they're the perfect, healthy, low-calorie choice. And you're right, but that high water content is precisely the problem when it comes to your sleep. Certain vegetables, like celery and cucumber, are over 95% water. When you eat a large portion of them close to bedtime, you're essentially consuming a hidden glass of water. Your digestive system processes the food, releases that water into your system, and a few hours later, your kidneys work to flush it out. In fact, health institutions like the Cleveland Clinic specifically advise patients with overactive bladder or nocturia to limit high water content foods in the hours before bedtime to reduce sleep interruptions. This pressure on your bladder is what sends that signal to your brain that it's time to wake up. I had a patient, Helen, a 71-year-old from Florida. She couldn't understand why she always woke up like clockwork around 2 a.m. She was careful not to drink anything after 7 p.m. But it turned out she had a habit of eating a large cucumber salad right before bed. Once we simply moved that salad to her lunch, she started sleeping through the night for the first time in years. This isn't just about the inconvenience of getting out of bed. Every time your sleep is broken, you disrupt the vital deep sleep and REM cycles. This is when your brain cleanses itself and consolidates memories. Fragmented sleep, night after night, can lead to brain fog, poor concentration, and can impact your short-term memory. So, you absolutely do not need to stop eating these wonderful, healthy vegetables. The solution is simple. Enjoy them earlier in the day. Have your big salad for lunch or as a side with your early dinner, but try to avoid high water foods in the last 3 to 4 hours before you go to sleep. That was Helen's simple solution. But what about you? Have you noticed any specific foods that seem to affect your sleep at night? Please share your experience in the comments below. Your tip could be a great help to someone else in our community. But this is just a simple matter of water volume. The next food on our list is far more sneaky. It contains 2 natural compounds that actively stimulate your nervous system, making it harder for you to fall asleep in the first place. Let's move on to food number 4. All right, coming in at number 4, the heart-healthy treat. That's actually a secret stimulant. We're often told to enjoy a piece of dark chocolate for its antioxidants and heart benefits. And that part is true. But what most people don't realize is that this healthy treat contains 2 hidden enemies of a peaceful night's sleep. Dark chocolate contains both caffeine and a lesser-known compound called theobromine. While theobromine has some health benefits, it's also a stimulant that can increase your heart rate. In fact, research highlighted in scientific journals like Frontiers in Pharmacology has confirmed that theobromine can interfere with sleep patterns. When you consume these stimulants close to bedtime, you're essentially telling your nervous system to wake up right when you want it to calm down. On top of that, caffeine is a known diuretic, which can contribute to you needing to use the bathroom during the night. I remember a gentleman named Arthur, a 75-year-old from Chicago. He was very health conscious and had a small square of 85% dark chocolate every night after dinner. He complained to me that he would lie in bed feeling wired and restless, his mind racing. He never connected it to the chocolate. We made one simple change. He moved his chocolate treat to the afternoon. A week later, he reported falling asleep much more easily. For us, as we get older, our sleep architecture becomes more fragile. These stimulants don't just make it harder to fall asleep. They can reduce the amount of time you spend in deep sleep. This is the most restorative phase of sleep, crucial for physical repair and feeling truly refreshed. It's why you can sleep for 7 or 8 hours, but still wake up feeling like you haven't slept at all. So the solution isn't to give up dark chocolate. Enjoy it, but treat it like you would a cup of coffee. Have your square in the afternoon, perhaps around 2 or 3 p.m. when you might need a little pick-me-up. Just try to avoid it for at least 4 to 6 hours before you plan to go to bed. That was Arthur's story, and it's a common one. Have you ever felt restless at night without knowing why? Perhaps it's worth looking at your evening treats. Share your thoughts in the comments below. So, we've covered hidden water and hidden stimulants. But the next food on our list is even more insidious, because it doesn't just stop you from sleeping, it disrupts your body's entire hormonal balance throughout the night, all because of its hidden sugar content. This is one that fools millions. Let's take a look at food number 3. Number 3, the gut-healthy snack that secretly spikes your blood sugar. Yogurt is praised for its probiotics, great for our digestive system. But the fruit-flavored yogurt you buy at the supermarket, the one you think is a light, healthy choice, is often nothing more than a sugar bomb in disguise. Many single-serving fruit yogurts can contain anywhere from 15 to 25 grams of added sugar. That's as much as a candy bar. When you eat this before bed, your blood sugar skyrockets, forcing your pancreas to release a large amount of insulin. A few hours later, as that insulin does its job too well, your blood sugar can crash. This state of low blood sugar, or hypoglycemia, can trigger the release of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline to raise it back up. According to sleep researchers at Johns Hopkins University, these are fight or flight hormones, the exact opposite of what you want when you're trying to sleep. I worked with a woman named Carol, 69, who was pre-diabetic and very careful with her diet. She couldn't figure out why her fasting blood sugar was so high every morning. The culprit? The low-fat strawberry yogurt she ate every night, thinking it was a guilt-free treat. After she switched to a different snack, her morning blood sugar levels finally stabilized within a week. For those of us over 60, our bodies are often becoming more resistant to insulin. This nightly rollercoaster of sugar and insulin doesn't just disrupt sleep, it worsens that insulin resistance over time. It contributes to chronic inflammation, which is at the root of so many age-related health issues, from joint pain to foggy thinking. The solution is simple and delicious. Choose plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt, which is high in protein. If you want some sweetness, add a small handful of fresh berries like blueberries or raspberries. They provide natural sweetness with plenty of fiber, so you get the probiotic benefits without the dangerous sugar spike. So, managing your blood sugar is a crucial key to uninterrupted sleep. But what if I told you that a food widely recommended for sleep, one that contains minerals to help you relax, could actually be the source of your sleep problems? This next one is a true paradox. We'll reveal it in food number 2. Let's unravel this paradox together with food number 2. The sleep aid fruit that can actually wake you up. Everyone knows that bananas are packed with potassium and magnesium, 2 essential minerals for muscle relaxation and a calm nervous system. That's why it's so often recommended as a perfect bedtime snack. But there's another side to this story that often gets ignored, especially for those of us over 60. While those minerals are excellent, a medium-sized ripe banana also contains around 15 grams of sugar. For a younger, active person, this isn't a problem. But as we age, our insulin sensitivity can naturally decrease. As confirmed by health bodies like the American Diabetes Association, this means our bodies can struggle to handle spikes in blood sugar as efficiently as they used to. That late-night banana can cause a blood sugar rise, followed by a subsequent crash a few hours into your sleep. That crash can trigger your body to release stress hormones, like cortisol, that jolt you awake. I had a patient, Richard, 74, who suffered from terrible leg cramps at night. He started eating a banana every night on his friend's advice. The cramps did get better, but he found himself waking up wide-eyed at 3 a.m. Every single night, feeling anxious. We realized he had traded one problem for another. He was solving the cramps, but disrupting his blood sugar during the deepest phase of his sleep. This highlights a crucial point for senior health. A food is rarely all good or all bad. It's about balance and context. What helps one system, like your muscles, might put a strain on another, like your metabolic system. Understanding this balance is key to true wellness after 60. So, what's the solution? Don't stop eating bananas. They're incredibly nutritious. Simply have them earlier in the day, perhaps with your breakfast oatmeal, to fuel your morning. If you must have a snack at night and are worried about cramps, consider a small handful of almonds or a magnesium supplement instead, after, of course, consulting with your doctor. That was Richard's story, a classic case of good intentions with unintended consequences. Has a healthy food ever given you a surprising result? I'd be very interested to read about your experience in the comments. Now we understand the paradox of the sleep aid fruit. And for our number one food, we'll expose the biggest paradox of all, the heart-healthy breakfast staple that almost everyone believes is the perfect, gentle evening meal, but is, in fact, the most common culprit behind those nightly trips to the bathroom. And at number one, the heart-healthy grain that can overwork your kidneys at night. For decades, we've been told that a warm bowl of oatmeal is the ultimate comfort food, soothing, gentle, and great for your heart. And it is. But there is one specific time you should absolutely avoid it, right before bed. Here's the science, and it's quite simple. Oatmeal and other whole grains are complex carbohydrates. To break down and process these carbs, your body needs to draw in and hold on to a significant amount of water. This principle of carbohydrate-associated water retention is a well-documented process in nutritional science. A few hours later, long after you've fallen asleep, your body finishes its digestive work and starts to flush out all that excess fluid. The result? Your bladder fills up and your brain gets the unavoidable signal to wake up. I can speak to this one from personal experience. For years, I used to have a small bowl of oatmeal in the evening if I felt a little hungry. I just accepted that waking up at 3 or 4 a.m. was a normal part of getting older. It wasn't until I was reviewing dietary logs with a patient who had the exact same problem that the pattern finally clicked. I stopped my evening oatmeal, and the difference was immediate and profound. This creates a vicious cycle that so many seniors are trapped in. You wake up tired because your sleep was broken. You feel sluggish, so you reach for healthy carbs like oatmeal to get you through the day. Maybe even having some at night because it feels comforting. And the cycle repeats itself, night after night. Breaking this cycle is fundamental to restoring your energy. The solution is beautifully simple. Keep eating oatmeal. It's wonderful for you. Just make it the star of your breakfast, not your evening snack. This gives your body all day to process the carbohydrates and fluids, so by the time you go to bed, your system is calm and ready for rest. So there you have it. 5 common foods that could be the hidden reason behind your sleepless nights. Now that we know what to avoid, let's talk about what you can do, starting tonight, to take back control. So, we've uncovered 5 common foods that could be the hidden reason behind your sleepless nights. The key takeaway isn't that these foods are bad, they're not. The problem is timing. What's healthy for your body in the morning can be disruptive to your sleep at night. Now, before we wrap up, let's answer a very common question I get. Dr. James, what about just plain water? When should I stop drinking it? That's an excellent question. My general advice is to drink plenty of water throughout the day, but to significantly slow down your intake in the last 2 to 3 hours before bed. Have your last small glass of water with any evening medication and then stop. This gives your body time to process it before you lie down. We've talked a lot about diet tonight, but what other sleep-related topics are on your mind? Is it restless legs, snoring, or something else? Let me know in the comments below. Your suggestion might become the topic of our next video. If you're watching this and feeling exhausted from years of broken sleep, I want you to hear me clearly. You do not have to just accept this as a part of getting older. Your body still wants to find its natural rhythm. You have the power to take back control of your nights, and it can start with one small change you make tonight. So here is my simple challenge for you this week. Just for the next 3 nights, make a conscious effort to avoid these 5 foods within 3 hours of your bedtime. That's it. Then, I want you to come back to this video and share in the comments if you noticed any difference at all. If this video has given you some clarity and a sense of hope, please help our community grow by typing "sleep well" in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next video on practical health for a better life after 60. Remember, a good night's sleep is not a luxury. It is the foundation for a healthy, vibrant, and joyful next day. Thank you for spending your time with me. Sleep well.